filled up.
No, I was actually able to go last night. That's why you heard the water running when we were watching the movie. Are you live?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful. We're talking about my poop on live.
Oh.
Don't worry. I don't think anybody was here for that part. I would definitely say if you're just jumping in, don't rewind. Back to the beginning. Evie won't like that. So my question I'm posing to you guys today is, what kind of troll are you? Everybody's a troll. Well, David, actually,
Once he gets done. Well, I don't know.
Carolyn Hawthorne. Is that you?
No.
No. Like Hawthorne Heights?
Your last.
Because someone right here. No.
Your last name's Roberts.
It is.
Right here, though.
Oh!
There's Catherine Hawthorne right here.
Did you hear me? I know her last name.
Well, don't say it online. You're just giving it out.
There's like a million though.
There very well could be.
There's a way.
You didn't see anything. That's right. You guys
There's
didn't see anything. But what's interesting about it, though, is let me see the pen real quick.
Nah.
What's interesting about what?
You guys, you may see something, but you don't know what it is. Now you see something. This is like a UFO now. You see something, but you don't know what it is.
It's an unidentified hand.
It's an unidentified vaping object. A UVO, if you will.
Hand object. Which sounds much cooler.
Vaping object.
No,
But
hand
it is different than our Batmobile, but similar.
Sonic Screen.
Similar. Batman, like all things, upgrades his technology, so I took a little step in the right direction as well. Okay, the big question though is what kind of troll are you? And my thing is I think everybody is a troll. Everybody is a troll.
I did.
In some way or shape or form, everybody's a troll. So I wanted to think, what kind of troll do you think you are? Now, I'm the kind of one, I guess, where I like to come in and just kind of stir the pot a bit, see what happens, what bubbles up from the bottom. That's kind of what I like to do.
Your parents are homeowners, obviously.
Yeah.
This is a good app that they could use for like your.
Carolyn is still with us. She brought her cart.
physicians and
You guys don't
stuff.
get
Like,
that treat this
person
time.
just
No,
has
no, 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 no.
recommendations for an ENT
Not yet.
Physical hearing. So, like, you can refer, like, it's like in our neighborhood. Like, if someone
Is that the kind of troll you are?
or cat,
You're the kind of troll that would come in and say, hey, you forgot your quotation mark?
so the whole neighborhood.
I mean, it's possible.
The whole neighborhood.
It's a good idea.
gets the notification. So you can.
But
Oh, somebody lost their.
I think that answered your question very well, Lord Bacon. That's a good point.
And it's-
All of us are trolls in some way, shape, or form. One way or another.
Right.
But,
Free Maine kitten.
yeah, everyone's a troll one way, shape, or form or another. But, you know,
Dorm tags, people-
what are you going to do? I think, though, identifying what kind of troll you are helps you get along better with other trolls. I've noticed this thing, like on Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. You can identify the trolls, especially when they say something that's so outrageous that the only thing that you could do is respond to it because of what they said is so outrageous. That's the way the troll works, though, is they're supposed to say things that are outrageous. And the way a troll works is you don't defend what you've said. You say something so horrible that the only way to respond, that's the kind of troll you are. You're a supportful troll then. The only way to respond to when someone says something so outrageous like that is to say 180 degrees opposite of what they said, which of course then in one way, shape, form causes someone to have so much outrage that they must say something 180 degrees opposite of what you said. So what you're doing is getting that effect of just back and forth and back and forth. Now, granted though, the original troll has said nothing more. Nothing more. Started the issue, stepped back. I love it. If you guys watch me play Fortnite, I guess that would be kind of my kind of troll, maybe. Because I like starting fights and then just dip out and let it watch it happen. Just let it all go down. So I don't know. Maybe that's the kind of troll I am.
Oh, Pat knows. Weird name. Oh, I think it stood for something.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be a long stream today. This is going to be a little personal one for a few people that are here right now. So if you made it to this one before I cut this stream off, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, I have no intention of making a long stream today. I got other things going on. Lots of plans today. Lots of plans. I was going to cut the grass, but we got a little thunderstorm that came rolling in. Nothing worth
So
filming.
show Jeremy this.
What? What's that? Oh, cool.
Look at the price at the bottom.
Hex?
free. And PCS pieces.
Oh. Nice. Cool. No. Carolyn Hawthorne. Do I know you, Carol? You've been here before, I do believe. Yes. Carolyn Hawthorne. Which that new song we've been listening to, Ohio is for Lovers, is Hawthorne Heights, which is a great song, by the way. It's starting to grow me a little bit. Carolyn, you're always welcome to troll if you want. Oh, very cool. You have. Is that why you named it off of that? Or was that just a coinkydink?
What?
Her name is Carolyn Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Hawthorne Heights. I'm asking
Yeah.
if she knew the band. She said yes. I'm asking, is that a coincidence
That's
or?
what I was asking.
Yeah. I think it's a coincidence. I would just say a
Oh my
coincidence,
gosh.
right?
So,
But then again, you could just be like super
oh
fan.
my God.
So who
I
knows?
just tried to type in
Security.
and it came out sex.
Security.
Sexuality is what I was starting to.
I'd like to suck on her with a nice bottle of candy. Sorry, that was a little Silence of the Lamb, a little candy. Loved. I'm sorry, but you've seen the movie Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
one of my favorites.
Have you
It was-
seen? Now you've seen Red Dragon.
No.
You've never seen Red Dragon because that's another movie in that series.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't. Oh, I know there's another one called Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal. Yeah, Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Now, yeah, then Red Dragon takes place before when the movie Red Dragon ends. Another guy is leaving the building. Just as he is leaving, Clarice is walking in. So basically, Red Dragon takes place just before Clarice comes to see
It's
Dr.
so
Lecter for the
dark
first
in here,
time.
I'm having a hard time seeing.
It's a good movie. The big red bear Australian. Hello, sir. Glad to have you with us again. It is always a pleasure to see you. Jay, did you know that the world is flat, the moon landing was a hoax, and the government are lizard people? Yes, I did. What some of you fail to realize, though, is maybe I'm a lizard person. The voice changing and all. Yeah, see, it's not difficult. I can manipulate my throat and change my voice. It's all kinds of voices, see? Maybe that's a lizard change. You never know. You gotta just, gosh. Hello, Louisa. How are you? Good for you for stopping by. Always glad to have you. Coming on by. Yeah. Anne's here. This wasn't going to be a very long stream, but a lot of people are going to show up now. This is one of my favorite voices. Just getting people's way. There's Evie. Hello, Evie. Glad to have
I was not trying to be in that, but okay.
There you are. Well, I'll turn this a little bit. There's Caroline. Caroline.
She's mighty fine.
Butterfly.
Isn't that how in the name?
You know what? You two are going to be in my little
It's a
background.
terrible
You
song.
two are going to
I
be
just
right
realized
there
that.
the whole
I
time.
didn't even realize that was Caroline.
I hardly ever get that reference, but I have gotten it a couple of times.
You don't know
She's
Outcast?
the reason for the word.
I'm just saying.
Just playing.
I'm not the reason for that word.
Show us the tattoo. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, so it's like Show us the tattoo. You know what? I'm actually glad that Lord Bacon was enough of a person to remember to always check the tattattoo for proof. Because nobody-
Like that,
Nobody
but it's got all the different.
has the
chocolate
tattoo
colors.
that I have.
I want one of amethyst.
There it is, right there.
I need amethyst. To, like,
Proof.
give up some
Proof.
stuff.
If I'm ever cloned, you guys look for the thumb. If they hide Jay Greenbaum, he ever gets too big for his own, and they have to replace me with a clone, you guys know to check for the tattoo. That's how you know. Why does everyone sing that song? Because that song is awesome. Everybody was listening to Outkast in the early 2000s, and that was a hit song. Caroline. You. It's not every.
I want to know what this is. It just says Secret Hitler.
Oh, I love that song. It's a great. What?
Yeah. Secret Hitler unveils Hitler's chess and card puzzle game against human cards. It's a game on Wish.
Huh.
Yeah, it said Secret Hitler, so of course I needed to look at it. Oh my gosh! So when
They
we're-
did. It's a card game apparently on Wish. It's called Secret Hitler Unveils.
unveils.
So it's a thing on Wish you can order. Secret Hitler.
See, everybody else had the same. Okay, I'm gonna put that under games. So one day we get that because we have some.
Yeah,
games.
maybe they'd have a replacement tattoo, but that might be one they would miss.
That says games.
That might be one they would miss.
Okay,
Oh
so
God,
it's from Golden
it's a Cards Against Humanity extension, so that's
Yeah,
it's
it
pretty
can put
dope.
the down rubs.
Yeah.
I feel like it's got paradise.
So anyway, enough of those two. Double Trouble in the back.
Oh, hey, there's that set that you were looking at. Except I do not like that at all. Oh,
No.
that
No,
kind
I
of
liked
fucks with your
I
eyes.
kind of liked that there wasn't a lot of color on those, but I also didn't really like.
Oh, those are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's not at
That's
all.
what I want.
We mustn't mention the war. I don't mind talking about the war. Sadly enough, it's the only war my family missed out on. We caught all the rest. But then again, though, we were in a different spot in World War II, so it was a different situation.
Oh, hey, look,
But-
there's those ones.
Jacob,
Cheaper, too.
what's up? What's up, guys? How are you guys doing today?
Oh, and so there's this one.
What's this about lizard people? Well, there's this idea that there's
Yeah.
lizard people out
Here's
there.
Triple Claw.
Yeah. Am I a married man? Yep. The first one right here. That one's mine.
So, technically,
This
you
is
have
our
to
Caroline
go
is our
to
friend. Hold on,
your
right there.
switch.
She's our
It's
friend.
hard to practice.
Her boyfriend just left
One
here.
for
He had to go to work
practice,
today.
one for
But
other
that one's mine.
people. If you're gonna do multiple
And see, 'cause,
then you want them to have
She
that
got me
too.
the Lord of
Or
the
no,
Rings ring. It's got all the my wedding ring is the Lord of the Rings ring.
Yeah, it really is.
It's got all the
Like, you
Elvish
have
writing on it.
to
It's my favorite one on the inside and the out.
complete
So there you
set,
go.
and then if you go on Amazon
Very
and
cool.
buy
Love my
sets,
ring to death. I do have a very nice diamond one, but I don't like wearing it. I
you
prefer
just
my
get cheap sets
my
for
Lord of the
other
Rings
people,
ring.
You know what I mean?
We're coming up on 7 years now. 7 years. This September will be 7 years.
Mhm. And then if you have somebody who's
So,
like
yay.
that, you can get just off brand for just random ones. There's yep. And have you?
Thank
seen
you, sir. I
Shadow?
appreciate it.
No.
And you like to read, so you need to read the whole entire series.
I'll wear my diamond one when I go like downtown or
They do
something like
rings
that. And she
all
bought
over
me a
your
blue
body.
diamond engagement wedding ring. Very, really, really nice. As Mr. Dinks from Doug, if you guys remember Doug. Hey, Douglas, very expensive. So, yeah, very nice ring she
I always
bought me.
put a room.
And if you read the books, you'll want to see the show. I guarantee it. And I have the movie over there too.
What movie?
Shadowhunter.
Oh, you did read all the books,
She
didn't
likes
you?
the runes.
The runes, yes.
She likes
the runes.
runes in general.
I remember when we were watching. What was it? We were watching. What's that movie where the girl
Actually,
is
that's at a beach out.
with all the four factions? Divergent.
Yeah.
We were watching
I don't know,
Divergent, and
I was
Evie
about to
saw
say
the girl get the
Generation.
tattoo, and she said, "Man, wouldn't it be great if tattoos were that easy?" I said, "No." She said, "Why? You could just go pick out." Oh well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And it's gonna take
And I said to her, well, she said, "No, I wish tattoos were easy like that, and they didn't be paying." I said, "No, the thing is, though, is that if tattoos were just that easy to get, everybody would have them because they would be pain free. And part of getting the tattoo is the pain that you went through to get it. And I think that's what kind of makes it like a memory. It's something that you definitely you wanted, you asked for the pain, you took it involuntarily. So there you go.
That little symbol right there is my favorite. I've never seen it before, actually.
Yeah,
Right.
your brother was in the Navy.
There's
Well,
another part.
thank you for his service as well.
Why
appreciate it. Next time you speak to him, tell him we said thank you.
do I feel like my hands
Oh, really? Was he? Oh, very cool. I was actually, because of my father's service, I was born in Bavaria. Bavaria. Very, very Bavaria. So yeah,
Good shit.
good old Bavaria. When I was working at this
That
restaurant,
is
they used to have this
gorgeous. What
dessert,
in
and
the
it was a
world is
Bavarian
that?
cream pie. And I used to tell people, because they were kind of just ignorant, and I like messing with people. They would say, "Excuse me, what is this? This is
Right.
Bavarian cream pie,
Huh,
now made with real Bavarians."
quartz.
We changed our
So
recipe,
it's, I guess, a combination of them all.
and they just let it go.
Wow.
They that's
So
nice, and
long treatments.
move on. It's like, but yeah, it's made with real. Your grandfather served in the Korean War. Well, so did mine as well. He was first he was MIA, then he was POW, and then
It's got
a few months later, a vehicle pulled up to my grandmother's house, and out stepped my grandpa on crutches. He had been MIA and POW in Korea, and let's see. So he did Korea, Vietnam. Dad did Desert Storm, Desert Shield. I did Iraq, Afghanistan. Grandpa Charlie was World War One. Korea was also my Uncle Jimmy. So if you guys are familiar with the movie We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson, that was the actual unit was my uncle's unit. He went there. My other uncle, Uncle Sean, you guys know Uncle Sean. He did Coast Guard. So lots of military people in our family. We've got over 100 years of combined service in the family. Over 100 years of service. So we're very proud of that. Very proud. I don't know. We all get lost after college or something. I don't know.
That's actually really pretty. My stomach just growled.
What's Afghanistan like?
Still going. It's like, oh, there goes.
Where I was in Afghanistan, I was way, way up north. So I was in a high desert mountain range, which is I think we were specifically sent on this mission because where we were stationed, our base of duty was in California, out in the Mojave Desert, which is a high desert. So our soldiers were with the base I was on. Our motto was "Train the Force," and so as part of training the force, we trained the rest of the military for desert warfare. So our job was desert warfare, teaching, executing, living desert warfare. So when it came time to pick a unit to go to a mission where there's going to be a high desert for desert warfare, my unit came up. Did we have any British soldiers? I worked with some British soldiers more in Iraq than Afghanistan, but there were some British soldiers. We were mostly embedded with the Germans. We were embedded with the German army, which they were amazing people to be around. I love the German army to death. We were also with the Swedish army, the Romanian army, the Turkish army had some people there, but we were on a German base. It was called Camp Marmel. And I was from there. We took a Canadian helicopter. Oh no, excuse me. I flew out on a German helicopter there. We took a Canadian helicopter back, but I flew on a German helicopter from that base, and we went about another few more kilometers over a mountain range to where we set up a base. We did have some Scottish guys with us. Any scary moments you thought that was it? Not in Afghanistan. Iraq, yes. In Iraq, there were some very tense moments of things that went down. I did volunteer while I was in Iraq, and I volunteered to go on a foot patrol. And it was the only time I've ever walked point. So if you've ever seen somebody talking about being told to walk point, yeah, walked point. Not fun. Not fun to be told, look, we're going to send you out in case something happens. A bomb goes off. It hits you and not the colonel. Like, Jesus. Okay. So you get walking out there. And I was with another guy, Mose. I'll never forget Mose. And he was on the SAW. So I was, I also don't know why they put the medic forward, but whatever. I was out with Mose, and he was on a 249, so he had an automatic machine gun. In layman terms, it was a 249, which is a saw gunner. But just so that those who don't understand the familiarity, I'll break it down to simple terms. He was a machine gunner, so he had a machine gun, and I had my M16. And him and I were about, I'd say, 300 meters ahead of everybody else, and we were just walking. And should contact happen, we were supposed to stop, hunker down, start shooting while everybody came up. But luckily, nothing like that happened. But the whole time, it is pretty nerve-wracking. We went out on a night mission on that same patrol. Tell you guys, it's fine. It's good. The name of the mission wasn't, for any of those who are Atlanta Braves fans, you're going to get a kick out of this. And this is another reason. I was a huge Atlanta Braves fan for a while back in the 90s. So it was called Operation Chipper Jones. I kid you not. I can't make it up. The next mission they went out, I was asked to come back for. I didn't get selected, but that was Operation Bobby Cox. So for those who are Atlanta Braves or know the Atlanta Braves of the 90s, you'll understand the humor in it. But those were some times. I learned never to eat the grapes in Iraq when they tell you don't eat the local the local fruit. Don't do it. They're serious. And there's nothing worse than getting diarrhea in a Humvee. The peanut gallery.
I don't know where that came from. Because I wasn't paying attention.
Let's see what else. We got mortared a lot. That was a daily thing. So the daily we got used to being mortared every day. They dropped 3 mortars a day every day, minimum. 3 mortars at minimum every day for 6 months. So if you want to do the math on that, if you want to say it was 90 at minimum, 90 a month, 9 times 6 is like 640 or 630 mortars. So, well, that's 540 mortars roughly. Let's say 540 at bare minimum. 500 to 600 mortars is what they dropped in that time frame. So yeah, that happened. But once you got past that one, wasn't too bad. Now the one that hit the porta-johns that killed all those guys next to us, that sucked. That was very close. That wasn't a mortar. That was a rocket. They fired a 120 millimeter rocket over our fence, and it struck the porta-johns, killed some guys coming in, a few contractors, a couple soldiers. That sucked. Didn't miss us by much. Didn't miss my sleeping area by much. If a little bit of a cross breeze of a wind, maybe they had gotten panicked and fired a little sooner. If they hadn't set up perfect, it was too easy that it could have landed directly right on my housing area. Got a lot more people than what it did. That was pretty nerve-wracking. And then after that happened, you still got to go another 9 more months. So that sucks. But other than that, though, mostly Afghanistan was hot, but it wasn't as hot as Iraq. But when it got cold, it was way colder than Iraq. In Iraq, we had a lot more equipment, a lot more stuff to make the job easier. In Afghanistan, it was an easy enough job. I mean, it's a straightforward enough job. We were building a base, but we didn't have nearly the equipment we needed. So everything was improvising. If you were not a person who could improvise, you would not have made it in the military. And that's what the military, I thought, taught me a lot, was improvise. It doesn't have to look pretty, make it work. And a lot of the way I used to do things was always try to make it look nice, and before I worried if it worked. And that's not really the way the military needed to operate. So we worked on the very much get it working. We need this. What are you going to do to make it happen? Here's what I'm going to do to make it happen. It's going to happen. Is that cool? Cool. Do it. And I did it. But Iraq was a lot more just, I did a lot more ECP, which is entry control point. So I did a lot more guard tower, guard duty. I was part of base defense, a lot of base defense. I went to a lot of classes for base defense.
So I'm probably looking at some.
So yeah.
So you know where to put your candles?
I've lost close friends
So it's like for portable.
afterward. I've had a few friends take their lives afterward. They lost their fight to PTSD. But yeah, I have lost a couple. Myers, Everett, if I don't mind saying their names. I'm sure their family wouldn't mind. Myers was a good guy. Reba was murdered. He was another one of our friends. He got back and he got out. As soon as he got out of the military, he went back to his hometown where he knew this girl from back in the day. You guys can probably look up the article. It's probably still around somewhere. I think it was up in Michigan. And basically, I would say that was probably 2008, 2009-ish. He went over to her house to hang out. Her ex-boyfriend or whatever showed up. They got into an argument. Guy pulled out a gun twice to the chest. So Reba was gunned down, murdered. We've lost 2 to suicide. I've lost contact with some, I think, that might have passed away. I got a hold of one kid recently. I tried to do this. I started doing it recently. I was getting a hold of old Iraq buddies, Army buddies, basic training buddies and stuff like that to see. I saw some people get blown up. Definitely saw that. But I wanted to see what some of them were up to. And I got a hold of one kid, and, we all hung out. We were all great friends and stuff like that. And when I got a hold of him, I called him on Facebook. So we did a camera face-to-face. He didn't know who I was. I'm telling him, hey, it's me. It's Green Bomb, dude. It's Green Bomb, bro. And he's like, man, I don't know who you are. I'm like, I went to Iraq with you. Oh. And he just was like so lost. Poor kid, man. You hate to see sometimes what the PTSD how bad it can get to some people's memories. Yeah, absolutely. In the Army, you're a family. Definitely. But, people, it affects some people differently. And, some people just, I understand. I don't approve of what they did, but sometimes I understand why they had to. It just didn't work for them. But, a lot of the times, my buddy Everett, the one who passed away, I keep in touch with his wife because she has a daughter with him. And I'm sure someday I posted a few videos of him. If you guys ever want to see Everett, you guys are welcome to go way, way back into my YouTube, and you can find his video. In fact, the only reason I loaded that video of Everett in Iraq, you'll see it. It says R.I.P. Everett, Iraq, whatever. I spoke to his wife, or I guess at the time then ex-wife now, and his mother. And I asked them, would it be okay if I post this video on YouTube so that it's always saved? So that someday, it's not the best video. And I told him, I'm sorry, I don't have any, I took videos of everybody, but Everett was a friend. So we were always goofing off. So I don't have a lot of him just being a serious guy. I just have times of us being silly and stupid. But is it okay if I post these videos of us? And so that his daughter, when she does get old enough someday, can at least hear her dad's voice. Because I'm going to say this for me. I know what it's like to lose a close family member. My brother passed away from suicide, died years ago. But I don't have any audio of his voice to hear him anymore. And I can't remember what he sounds like. So what I was thinking was, that was a big issue for me, is I can't hear his voice anymore. So I thought that if I loaded that on YouTube, at least when she gets older, she'll be able to go back and hear her dad's voice. Now, it may not be, it was before she was born, so it was her dad very young, but she'll always have that little moment of, that's my dad right there. Right there. And there's him being silly. There's him being goofy. Maybe I'm goofy. And that's where I get it from, is my dad right there. And that's all I had. I had another video of him, but he was damn near blackout, passed out drunk. And we were kind of having to force feed him donuts and make him regurgitate to get it out, get the excess alcohol. So I didn't want to load that one. That was a my video. I keep that one for me. That was a good day. We were trashed. Yeah. I was like, uh-oh. So you do the buddy thing for your buddy. When they drank too much in the army, you just chew down the throat, induce vomiting, give them a couple donuts, let them sleep it off. They'll be fine. So I thought that's why I did that for her, though. So I loaded. And what's interesting, though, is I'm going to go out on another thing, too. Same buddy in Iraq. We all had our weapons, and I named my weapon Lola. This is my weapon. Her name is Lola. That's how I named my weapon, Lola. And he liked the name so much that his daughter's name is Lola. And when I talked to his wife once, and she was like, yeah, Lola, I was like, oh my God, he named her Lola. She was like, yeah, he loved that name. I'm like, that was the name of my weapon in Iraq. And he loved the name so much. So, no, I don't drink anymore. She was the show girl. That's right. So, so Lola will always be able to find her dad online and at least see a video of him, hear his voice a little bit, what he was like goofing off with his buddies. She'll have something to show. This is my dad when he was fighting in the Iraq War. Something that a lot of people like, from when you think about World War I, II, Nam, Korea, there's so little footage of just, soldiers being soldiers. So I think that was something nice that she'll always be able to enjoy. But yeah, it was just good times. But you guys are more than welcome to go back and see the video. Again, I got permission from his mother. If they hadn't given me permission, I wouldn't have done it. But I wanted it saved somewhere in a very large database that's not likely to be erased. I still have a hard copy on old SD, and I think I've got it on thumbstick backed up on I've got it backed up on 2 redundant drives, so that it's always one drive will never connect to the internet again for some pictures. It goes into a computer. Pictures, videos, to stay on it, it comes right out and it gets put away. I have several of those. I also have several thumb drives and SD cards with videos of people and friends of mine in Iraq and Afghanistan doing some very goofy stuff, of which I was asked to please delete them. I told them, I said, I won't upload it, but I'm not deleting them. Gary says hello to Evie and Caroline.
Hello.
Gary!
We're melting into the couch.
I'm about to disappear into the darkness behind the highlights.
Hungry.
I know, me too. I'm starving.
Throw that Zion. Pizza. I was raised on Ninja Turtles. Yes, I like pizza.
Oh my God, he does. He loves pizza.
But you know what else I like? I like
Bubblegum.
candy, bubblegum, and taffy. I take you to the corner store because I'm a sugar daddy. I love candy.
What? My butt really does feel wet though, for some reason. I got some anal seepage going on.
What, Evie? Feed her. We're gonna get some grub going.
If we feed her, it'll just leak out her bottom.
But I can't feed her after midnight or get her wet or she'll multiply, get angry. She did play the harp earlier, but you don't get to hear that this time. No. That was all for us. It sucks we didn't get to spend a lot of time with Evan. It was nice to have Evan over. He's funny. Him and I get along really well. Oh, yeah. So, today, now here's something interesting. I have to go to my mom's today because she got on this British kick. And she wanted to make, what are we doing, tea?
I don't know if we're doing British tea. When I talked to her about it, I thought we were having ham.
Ham. I'm down for ham. There's no bad ham.
I don't like that country ham.
Oh,
That extra salty stuff. Oh,
well, that's like salted pork almost, then, right?
it's really intense. You gotta have it on a biscuit or something.
On a bicky?
Everything's better on a biscuit. I'm from the South.
Where are you from?
Southern Indiana.
Indiana is not the South.
We're more hick than our Kentucky.
Okay, I'll give you that you could be hick, but you can't be South from Indiana.
No, not the good part of the South.
Okay, it's close. I'll give you that.
I'm actually,
Because then if we did give
I
you
was-
that, then we'd have to let Nelly in as a Southern rapper, and St. Louis is not the South.
I was born in Louisville, and I technically live further south.
So, no, you are a Southerner because you were born in Louisville.
Yeah,
And see, she
And
knows
my
how to say
family-
it correctly. I want you guys to go online and look up
Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky. Now, I'm going to say it for you a little easier. Spell Louisville. Louisville, Kentucky.
As Ohioans say Louisville.
As Ohioans say Louisville. Now, it is spelled Louisville. It is pronounced Louisville.
but if you're from Louisville, you don't have time to say that.
We say Louisville. So if you're from Louisville, you know. You don't even have to move your lips to say the whole thing.
Don't
Watch.
get me wrong,
Louisville.
I now say
Oh.
Louisville.
Mm.
But you gonna trust this?
No, is it?
I'll
it's
pound it.
gone,
I'll
isn't
kill it.
There's-
It's tea. Sweet. I'm thirsty.
It's really good.
My throat is
It's really
dry.
refreshing. It's very light.
Oh my god.
This is not-
Done.
This is not sponsored.
No, because if it was going to be sponsored, it would be by Rip It. Rip It. Sponsor me, Rip It. Caroline, tell Rip It.
Do it. Let's sponsor us.
Thank you.
That sounded very decisive.
No, that's clear to the point. How do you say no to that?
You can't.
Now, Rip It, if you don't sponsor, you guys need to go let Rip It know too. We want sponsorship. Go message them on their Facebook, ripit.com. Now they look like an ass if they don't. I'm kidding, Rip It. You guys are awesome. Did you know Rip It? You've seen Rip It energy drinks, right?
Yeah,
Official Drink Award. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
We had them in Iraq. They gave them to us in the mini cans. We got the small cans of them. But those were, we would fight over those. Those were crack. Give me my Rip Its. Like, because everyone's like, my precious. Oh, I needed Rip Its. I had to have Rip Its. They were like Rip Its were like the marijuana of energy drinks. They were basic. You had to have them. Now, when you got your Monsters and your Red Bulls, those were like, Sega. That's what that was for. Just to get your,
Did you get to have coffee? I would be mad about the coffee.
Coffee. It was harder to get coffee than you would believe.
Yeah.
Now,
I
Afghanistan.
can imagine that.
Afghanistan, we had coffee. We had coffee for
Oh,
days.
yay.
It wasn't so much getting coffee, it was finding a coffee pot. Sip now brought a percolator, which was smart.
What'd you forget?
Smart.
What I lost is my cell phone again.
But you have a watch to page it.
There it is. No, it's not on. It's upstairs on charge. And my wrist.
Gizmo.
is bothering me. My wrist.
Gizmo duck.
Had injured it a few years ago. Still bothers me. Beep boop beep.
Where's Evie's thumb?
I don't know. Why'd you take it? It's like the person asking
Oh,
if
Gary,
my
I saw your
orange
mojito and I was so jealous. You guys know that's my
Real.
favorite drink. Did you like it, Gary? Have you had
I
mojitos
know.
before?
So,
South of Cincinnati?
that'd be a really good
That's
treat.
close enough, David. You're a Southerner. Have you had a mojito before,
Yeah,
Gary?
Mojitos
Oh,
are so
did you
good.
hurt your thumb?
Oh yeah.
That's what she meant. How is your thumb?
Oh yeah.
And now I understand.
Yeah, I broke my nail. It feels much better now. Thank you. You actually can't even really tell that I injured it.
Now I'm going to teach you a secret, Gary. When you get your mojito, okay, I'll teach you a mojito secret. You take your straw that they give it to you, and you force your. First time you tried, it's a shame you weren't with me, so we could have made this better. Here's how you're going to do it next time. Next time, Gary. Take your straw. You sip on. Obviously, it's a sipping drink, and it's very refreshing. But take your straw, and while you're sitting there, just grind up and mash the crap out of those mint leaves. Because unless they have a good, what is that, brick and
But
mortar?
don't over grind it, or else it'll be bitter.
Well,
Mortal and pestle.
I break mine up. I mess them up inside the glass until they completely dissolve out, and then I drink them leaves with it.
Yeah.
Mortal and pestle.
A pestle, unless you have a mortal and pestle, and they don't crush it right to release the flavors. You live in Fairfield, Ohio. OH.
Oh, I thought you were waiting for them. I was trying to fight it. IO.
There it is.
I literally was going.
I know I saw you, and I'm like, do it now.
I
Say
had
it.
to fight it
I said
because
the
I
IH.
thought-
You were supposed to do the IO.
I know, but I thought you were trying to wait for them to say the IO.
No, there's a delay. They have to type.
Nobody's
This one.
patriotic about Indiana. Some people are.
No, Gary, you don't drink a mojito. You sip it. It's a sipping drink.
It's so yummy.
Oh, they're delicious. It's the only one. But the second I see them pull out a bottle of syrup, I'm like, just stop. Put that away. I don't want that now.
That's like how I am with also coming from Louisville. Derby is very important to us. I thought
A
everybody
mint
had
julep.
fancy. Yeah, mint juleps are essential. And we have like a recipe where we boil our own little syrup, but we leave the mint in the water. And the
Right.
sugar.
You got to make it yourself, though. But
Yeah.
if they pull out a store bottle of syrup for anything in mojito,
Fine.
it's done. I don't want the mojito anymore.
It'll make you sick too if you drink a lot of it.
I want you to make a mojito, not pour a mojito.
They look like they can't even be like natural.
No. So what you got to do is first off, you got to sip it, see how the mint flavor is. If they released the mint, if they crushed it right. If they didn't, you're going to have to do it yourself. Most restaurants aren't going to get it right. The best mojito I've ever had was in Florida so far. They got it the closest because the girl's sitting there as she's talking to me about the mojito, and I see her. Sangria. Sangria is not bad. Mom makes a killer sangria. And the lady's sitting there in Florida talking to me with she's breaking up the mint. I can hear like the vines of it cracking. And it's like, that's what you want. You want to hear it snapping of the veins, releasing the mint flavor. And Ninja, vanish. Hi, hello, Ninja. Hi, Ninja. Ninja, 420. Hi. So yeah. Do you know how I got these scars, Caroline? Batman gave them to me.
Don't ask me, I'll say something.
My father was a crazy man. And then one day, he came home. He took a knife. Why so serious? It was at this moment Batman stepped in.
There's the dig kit where you can dig and then block. And you can get those at Walmart for
Oh,
much.
Steven Gambrell Gaming RF. Big shout outs to him. I guess he's might be a somebody, people. So let's go check out his channel. Make sure we show lots of love to him. The DVD Ninja for suggesting the shouting out of Steven. I think we should also go check out his channel and give him some love. So you guys don't forget to give some love to the Ninja and to Mr. Steven. Mr. Steven Gaming RF. I hope you were laughing at the Joker impression. Oh, let me know how I did on that one. You know, maybe there's a chance they could have another Joker if I could do it. Oh,
my
wunderbar,
gosh.
wunderbar, wunderbar.
Wait, right there.
What's the sound of artillery? Boom, boom, raining down on the
I
enemy.
think. Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
So you just like go through and pan it.
that's so
And it's
cool.
preloaded. Some of them
Mhm.
have like jump stuff.
you'll never know. Anyway. You know what though? I've done that before. I've done the bouncing thing where you bounce from stream to stream to stream to stream, which I'll be doing later on today. Probably around. I got to go to my mom's at 7, so I'll probably be there about 7:30. I'll be bouncing around streams and stuff like that. So, but I've wound up doing that. Just I'm leaving by and I go to another one. It's such that we have a really cool community of people that are all kind of tight knit. Tight. Taunt. That's a word I was using the other night. Taunt. Hello, Highwayman. Good to see you. That's Evie and Caroline. Taunt. And, the funniest thing happened in Nashville. You guys got to hear this one. So there was a group of girls that were going around and they had wigs. They had some wigs on their hair. So it was pink and this highlight blue, these very neon-y colors. All right. They were all wearing a black dress of some sort. All right. So they're trying to come into my bar. Now, my bouncers take care of the ID checks and all that junk. And the one girl, she's clearly visibly drunk. She'd had a little too much to drink. And so they denied her entry into the place. Now, all her friends got in, but not her. So I'm just standing there and she's talking to him and she steps aside because they tell her, hey, you got to step aside. So she starts thinking then that I'm the man to talk to about getting her in. And those girls addicted to their phones. Well, maybe they're trolling.
They're researching stuff.
They're doing research. You know, that's things people don't think a whole lot about. Yeah, there's a paper book. So
reading a book.
That's a book. You just got burned. Evie's researching while Caroline's reading the hard stuff. I meant like literal hardcover stuff, not that it's like hard, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, left to right, top to bottom. Letters make words form sentences, sentences make paragraphs. What's the book, you say?
That's a secret.
That's a secret. You don't get to know the name of the book. If you want to find out the name of the book, you're going to have to hack.
Spend like hours on the floor of the bookstore.
Don't tell me.
I sat at the bookstore floor for like an hour, like a child in the kids section.
You're that girl?
I'm that girl.
She's
with
the
my
girl.
legs crossed,
the one sitting at the
leafing from
bookstore.
Book to book to book.
I told you he'd make fun of us.
Do you know what? Because the whole time,
I
no. You know what? Think about this though. When you're
Because
sitting at the bookstore, right? Just think about the people who were walking where you just were. And then think about those people who 10
I
minutes.
don't cry. I sit out in the
Wait.
woods.
It wasn't on my skin.
No, in the bookstore.
Yeah, it wasn't on my skin. It was on my butt.
But the floor.
On the
Now,
it's
wait,
on
no,
my
wait, no, wait,
jeans.
no, wait, no,
I'm
wait.
not in my
No,
jeans.
you're sitting on the floor, right?
Yes.
10 minutes earlier, somebody had come walking by there, right?
Yeah.
30 minutes prior to them come walking by, they stepped in dog shit.
Yeah, but people think about all of the doorknobs that you have to use, and people blow their nose and.
So I use elbows to open stuff.
Oh, you're living your life with way more effort.
People are gross. When there's a toilet in public bathrooms, you use your foot to hit the handle.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I've nannied so many kids. I'm just like, I just anticipate living in a world where things are slightly mucky and slightly grimy.
When I
try to clean.
When I wash my hands
Listen.
coming out of the bathroom, here's what you do. You take your paper towel, right? You're washing your hands. If there's a door handle to open the door, you use the paper towel to go back behind your two fingers. You pull the door open, grab this side, throw that away as you walk out. You don't touch the handle because if you touch the handle, every man who has just been in there and peed and did not wash his hands and touched the door has now put his penis on the door. And every time you touch that door, you're touching every penis that was there. So no. No, 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 no.
This is what I
That's
stop.
So much effort.
So this is what I buy.
Hey,
Are
yo,
these-
no.
Peanut, go.
Well. Well.
Look. So
Yeah.
these are the bags of
Yeah.
sand that you can buy.
I'm not touching 100 penises. Every
And
time I want to
then
open a
down
door.
here it shows
Not
you-
happening.
I would.
Not happening.
It shows you what's in it. So the red bag
I'm doing okay, Shrek. I'm doing okay.
shows all these-
Thank goodness you're here to
these
help
are-
balance me out. I was getting away, bro. I
this
was
is
getting
all
away.
of them.
Good to have Shrek here, though. You just recently subscribed. I saw you commented on one of my channels about some of the outdoor stuff we do, some of the magnet fishing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Love to get out.
I just got a colander.
No, 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 no.
But yeah. So
Right. Well, here's the thing. Of course, there's soap. So you wash your hands with the soaps,
I bought
right?
them up the road.
Okay. Get them all nice and dry. You dry them off. Great. Your hands are clean. You grab the door. Your hands are dirty again.
Oh, did you put a pizza on the oven?
They're
Yeah.
dirty with
Oh.
every guy who just decided not to wash his hands. So when, like I said, I'm done. Now, if it's a push open,
Yeah, so that's what it was.
it's okay because then I can just use my foot, elbow, push it with my back, but I'm not making with my hands. No, I don't believe she is reading any of those series right at the moment.
What?
That is not 50 Shades of Grey. I don't think it comes in lavender. I don't think it comes in lavender.
It comes in gray.
Who was that? Was that Gary? Hold on, was that Gary? Yes, it was Gary. You're lucky you're almost a producer on this channel, Gary.
50 Shades of Grey, it wouldn't be in purple.
That's why I said it comes in gray. 50 shades of it.
We should, you could go to Lowe's and be like, I'm thinking about painting my house. I'd love to see something in gray. 50 Shades if you have them. That's a good one. Anybody who films and does that, let me know. I would love to see that. Maybe I'll do it. Ha! No, I know, Gary. You're fine. Gary, you donated so much to this stream, you can say whatever you want, man. You get away with anything. You still haven't watched Game of Thrones, and you're late to the party.
She hasn't watched Game of Thrones.
I'm scared to start any of those. Like, I'm scared to start a new TV show because I already don't have time for.
Oh, good, because then you won't have any time.
Yeah, you really
Exactly.
won't.
See, I've got to do music and my school. And
Yeah, don't watch it till you graduate.
Yeah.
Just save, and by then the last season will be out.
Graduation night.
Yeah, the last season will be out. You'll be okay. Much better idea then.
Hey guys, I have a great idea. Somebody gave me this. Wait. No, you guys were here when they gave me the idea to play at the. No, you weren't. Never mind. I mix up my memories. Somebody told me I should play at the Renaissance Fair. There's one in Nashville. I
Yes,
could play the harp and dress up and get paid.
totes.
Oh,
Be an awesome weekend too.
heck. Yes.
If they're hiring for the town full position, I'm available. For the town full, I'm available.
I love
They're
that.
hiring.
I so badly want to go back and get myself one.
I know this one was a
Oh, my money. Oh, I can't get enough.
And I
money
shaved. If
soon
you guys
enough.
haven't noticed, I had to shave for downtown. What do you guys think? Does this look okay? I went with the goatee thing. Goatee in the hair. Now I do look like Jesus.
What's the date?
The date, it's
Look on your phone, Jeremy.
oh yeah, it's the 5th. All day. It's the 5th.
My birthday is approaching.
Is it now?
It's 9 days away.
Getting close, huh?
Yeah.
You excited?
Yes.
How
I
old are you
forgot
gonna
about
be?
it.
You're gonna be what, 34?
I'll be 72.
72.
I'll be 23.
23.
I will no longer be 22, which is good because I'm not a big fan of that.
23 is practically 25, which is technically 30, which is halfway to 50, which is technically 60.
Which is triggering an existential crisis. I know. Yes.
AKA, you're getting old.
Growing up is super fun.
You're gonna be 30 someday.
I know.
It's gonna be sooner than you think, because once you clear 25, it just starts. It rolls. Rolling. That's okay though. You've got so many interesting things in your life. It keeps you looking young.
I feel like mid 30s is when really I'm not going to enjoy getting older. Really, really, really bad.
I love my 30s. I think that's the biggest lie people have ever been told. The 30s are the best.
I always thought that the 20s would be the best, but I'm kind of just confused. and
See,
frightened.
look at this. Think about your 20s. They tell you that, right? It seems like your 20s are supposed to be the thrilling and exciting times. You don't know jack out of high school. Your job kind of sucks. You're maybe going through college, so you're just kind of under a ton of stress all the time. When all that finishes still, though, you still have to start building a career. Start building a career. Careers suck to start, but once you're a few years into your career, that's when it's comfortable. Your 30s are the good years they don't tell you about. It's the 20s that suck.
Yeah, agreed. The best time of my life was between kindergarten, and I'd say 5th grade.
Kindergarten and 5th.
4th grade was when people started getting a little bit rude, and then 5th grade, everybody started being mean.
Well, you got to give it time before then. You're like, your experience of life is school.
Yeah,
That's not life.
that's true. Actually, my experience of life was I was lucky enough to have woods in the backyard,
Well,
and I
that's-
spent like as much time as possible outside.
Well, that's
in the
good.
Woods.
See, that's good. I see that as like real experience.
Yeah,
School is education, but it's not experience.
I was lucky enough that I had ADHD bad, and I couldn't watch TV. That was boring to me.
Right.
So I was just outside playing.
Neat.
That's why I developed magic powers.
They forced you to watch Moses movie over and over again. Let my people go.
Yep, Veggie Tales over and over.
Oh, we're still okay, guys. Well, this wasn't supposed to be a very long stream, anyhow. So
Impressive stream.
impressive. Thank you. Very nice. What? This was just me being silly. I'm always just goofing off. I don't know why they watch. I really don't.
I don't know why we participate.
I don't
Not
either.
really participating. We're just living on this couch and doing our lives.
Now, I know you're real, but half of them I still can't prove. They all could just be AI for all I know, just messing with me.
I can at least prove
To get the
Michael or Brad's real and Bill's real.
I know Brad's real.
it gives you the illusion of having more friends.
Well, no,
Doesn't make you feel
no,
cozy.
it's not that. It's not that. Yeah, I mean, in the sense that they could be robots.
Yeah, I know. Robot friend.
Well, I mean, I'm not
Maybe
saying
a
robot
robot
friends are great too, though. Who doesn't want robot friends? Sorry for swearing. You're fine. You're fine. No worries.
It's hard.
Sorry
sometimes to
for
keep from
swearing.
slipping
I'm okay
out a
for right
little
now.
Swear word. Oh.
Here, pass it right. Just pass it along. Don't make 2 trips.
I was a waitress.
I don't think Anne's a robot, but she could be.
I was a waitress.
David, I know is not a
I
robot.
was a waitress and I was
Shrek, I figured as much. I figured as much. You can't be that cool and not be a robot. And that's cool, man. That's cool with me, man. And now girls eating pizza. Thank you so much for stopping by. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for wasting some of your life with me.